Hi, I'm Romana,
And I'm Kiran. Welcome to the Parent Culture.
and we believe that it takes a village to raise a child, and in this digital age and world, we are your village.
And thank you for accepting us as your village. Thank you for the phenomenal response, the number of subscriptions. Please continue to subscribe, like, and share.
Thank you. So, we've received a very interesting question this week. It's from a mother from Chandigarh who's 28 years old and she's working. And she writes to us and says, "My child doesn't listen to me. He does whatever he wants, whenever he wants, and however he wants. I do have house rules, but he doesn't follow and he just doesn't listen."
Yeah, it's a situation that we all find ourselves in.
That's true.
I mean, kids not listening is an integral part of parenting. I mean, my kids don't listen. Sometimes, of course, it is that they deliberately want to press my buttons, and sometimes it is that they genuinely have not heard the question or are distracted with something else. Whatever the reasons, children do flout rules that are set, and also that can be challenging because it more often than not ends up in tantrum when there's a showdown between the parent and the child. To avoid that, one thing that we highly recommend is looking at having a structure and rules within your home. Even a very fluid structure is something good because your kid then knows what to expect through the day, and also in terms of rules would sort of know what he's supposed to do or not to do.
And what I would like to share with you is Kiran and me have actually broken through that barrier, and we want to share that with you today.
Yeah, so I wanted to share the structure that I follow with my girls. It's a very broad structure. I don't stress about, I mean, it has timings, but if we miss the timings, I'm not stressed about it. And if we do one activity before the other, I'm not stressed about it. So our day begins early in the morning, and I think 7:45 is when my girls are up. After 7:45, they brush, do potty, have a bath, run for their milk and breakfast. We're in the car by 9 o'clock. We are headed to school. Sometimes we are late because sometimes the schedule does go haywire and we get warned by the schools and we shut the gates. But largely
that happens.
Yeah.
That happens to all of us sometimes, where we do get late, and I think that's okay. That's okay.
True. I completely believe that. Largely, we have managed to follow the schedule, and then they're back from school. They have a snack. They're supposed to put their tiffins away, and then they go out to play. They're home by 7. We wash our hands, bathe, have dinner, brush, and maybe if they're really, really good, we probably have 10 minutes of TV, which is not daily, which is probably more so over the weekend. But this is largely the schedule. The girls have to be in bed by 8:30. That I'm really particular about because otherwise they're cranky in the morning if they've not had enough sleep. So even if you have friends over for party, we ensure that they meet everybody, say hi, hello, have their dinner, and are in bed at 8:30. And the good part is no matter how loud the music, the girls don't budge an inch or wake up. So that schedule really works for me.
It does work for me really well too, Kiran. I have a similar structure that I follow at home with Dabir. Of course, Dabir is up at 7 for some reason. He's set his own alarm now, his own wake up call. So he's up by 7. As soon as he wakes up, he knows the next thing on the schedule says he has to brush his teeth, and then he has to get ready for breakfast, and then get ready for school, and we're out of the door as well by 9 o'clock. And once he comes back, then he knows that he has to freshen up. I give him a snack, and he has to get to doing. If he's got some schoolwork, I ensure that he tries and finishes it off, or he'll practice his piano. And he can have a little, he has a little playtime where he loves to do Lego and stuff like that. He's in cross, so if he does that, he has reading before he falls asleep. We have dinner, and then it's bed, bath and bed. So that really works for us. Weekends, we tend to do a lot more fun things, like we'll hang out for lunch with friends, or we love trekking together, so we go out on a trek.
More flexible the schedule is.
And similar to what you said, Kiran, timings may go off a little bit here and there, but the things that are mentioned on the schedule are completed. And today we've reached a stage where the kids do it themselves. We don't have to do it, Dabir do it, Dabir do it. That is not happening anymore. So,
Which is
a
wonderful. With
great
my
achievement.
I know with my two, I'm perpetually like, have you brushed your teeth? Have you done potty? Have you had a bath? So that's an ongoing thing, and I think it'll take a few more years, maybe, because they are really young. But what I want to say is that we actually started the process very early. We gave them a broad schedule, I think, once their potty phase was over and they started crawling and walking, we sort of tried, and a little talking, we sort of introduced them. So the earlier you start on a schedule, the better it is, because I more often than not find that parents are complaining, oh, my child is not sleeping till 12 at night, and the kid is 7 or 8 and he's perpetually on his iPad, he's only watching TV. So if you want to avoid these situations, it's great that you start on a schedule as early as possible, and 2 years is a good enough age to start.
Absolutely. And I think the key to following a schedule, or getting your child to follow the schedule or the structure, we are also going to be talking about family rules or house rules in per se. I believe the key is involvement of the child.
Right. Absolutely. I agree. I mean, there is structure, which is the whole day sort of gets defined. And then there are the rules that are, for example, linked to chores. It's linked to behavior. It links to communication that apply in my house, for example. The no abusive language. You will not say tu to anybody. Aap sabko namaste karenge, good morning karenge. So in terms of communication, we ensure that, saying the thank yous, the P's and Q's that you have to insist that your child follow. In terms of behavior, keeping your hands to yourself, not hitting, not screaming, not shouting. I struggle with that one. When they get into a fight, it's not possible, and sometimes I also join that match. So but it's a process that we keep trying, and we have rules for that, and I try and ensure that my daughters persistently follow that, and I have consequences for them. The other thing that I wanted to say in terms of chores, I'm really particular. My girls help me fold clothes. They put their clothes in the washing machine or in the bucket for washing. In case we're in a place where there's no washing machine, they put their bags away. They organize their books, and if their friends come over, there is cleanup time. No friend can leave our house without helping the girls clean up, and the girls can't move to the next activity without a cleanup. So chores, etc., you have to ensure that your kids are sort of following them.
Yeah, absolutely. My boy is a little older, so he knows every Monday morning we wash clothes. So he puts the clothes in the washing machine, he loads the whole thing, turns it up. He knows that when he comes back from school, where his shoes are supposed to go, that he's supposed to take out his tiffin and put it in the sink, where his bag is gonna go. So these things, today we've reached a stage where he does it all by himself. But yes, the key is consistency. The key is working with your child. The key is telling your child again and again, reminding your child again and again. Because if I'm like, what's the use, it's not working, and give up, trust me, it's never gonna work. But being consistent and persistent from your side, and working with your child and helping your child, today it's autopilot, which is it's a blessing. It's amazing to see what our kids can do now, because we set it up, like Kiran said, at a very young age, and since then we've been at it, and today we see the fruits.
Yeah. So I just wanted to unpack how to do the rules. I mean, I come from the social sector, so participatory approach or consultative process is very important to me. So when we designed the schedule, what we really did was we included the kids, we made them sit down, and we said, okay, what are the chores that you want to do? What are the chores that you would enjoy doing? And what you not like? And based on the discussion, we said, okay, these are the things that you will do in terms of chores that you can manage easily. Now the stage is they want to wash the utensils also, which I have to say, no, I'm going to wash the utensils because you wet the whole kitchen. But they're very keen to wash the utensils. Then the other thing in terms and I wanted to also add was that you have to be predictable. It can't be that you're tired, you come home and you let your kids throw. They're like, no, mom, I don't feel like it. No, you have to insist that, you have to do this. And then the last thing that I wanted to touch upon was consequences. If your child doesn't do something thrice, when you've already told him or her, there should be some consequences, which could be, telling them that you will go 10 minutes late for playing, your sister will go earlier because she's done her work or you've not finished it. So, I mean, I use that kind of stuff where I say, okay, TV time is 10 minutes, we're going to cut it to 5 minutes. And it works very effectively. But I give them three opportunities, and after the second one, the third one's a warning, and then their privileges get cut.
Yeah.
And everybody in the family has to follow it, right,
Yes.
Joanna?
So when Kiran spoke about no screaming, no shouting, behavior was no hitting, no spitting, you have to be kind, you not to be rude and things like that. That is for everyone to follow in the house, right? So if I'm telling my child no throwing stuff, yeah, I can't get angry and he's going to look at me and do it. So that is one thing that needs to be taken care of. So thank you so much for listening. Please do continue to subscribe, like and view.
Couldn't stop laughing. Okay.